We're gonna dunk him again, and
Oh.
I don't know what. Today we are here at the, where are we? Today we're here at the Indianapolis Pokemon Trading Card Game Regionals. This is a huge regional, I believe the biggest regional yet. I think there's like 2,600 players today, and we actually just finished round 1. We are playing Miraidon EX today. Yes, we are going back to the tried, the true. We're being loyal to the Dawn, and round number 1, we played against Lugia V-Star, and it went turn 1 donk, and then Raikou attacked 3 turns. We're starting off this tournament 1-0, feeling on top of the world. This is the last and final Pokemon regional event for me for this year. After this, we're going to be going to the North American International Championships in New Orleans. I chose Miraidon today because I was feeling brave. I've been popping off with it locally. I've been slaying Charizards. We got back-to-back League Cup challenges along with a top 8 and a top 4 last week. So Miraidon feels fantastic. We're gonna prove the haters wrong. We're gonna prove the supporters right that believe in me. And yeah, just have a lot of fun today. Hit some generators and Photon Blaster and Dynamic Spark, a whole bunch. But yeah, round 2 is gonna be starting pretty soon. So before we get into round 2, we'll show you guys a bunch of the fun interviews that we did with some of the local homies and some new subscribers that we met up here in Indianapolis. So let's get over to those interviews. So let's check in with one of our locals, Jackson Ford, here in Indianapolis, and see how his round 1 went. Jackson, what's up, dog? How'd round 1 go for you?
It was fantastic. You know, I'm playing a deck with Iron Hands and Raikou as well, so we also slapped up a Lugia, quick little 1-0.
Okay.
So, you know, very happy with the deck decision today. I feel very confident.
What led you to a Paradox box for today's tournament in particular?
Well, you know, I was between that and playing Giratina, and Giratina doesn't evolve their Pokemon. Giratina does evolve their Pokemon. It's a little bit less consistent. So I wanted to go with the version that, you know, I just get to play more games because I'll use my flower selectings. You know.
Yeah. I know you were a lost Kyogre enjoyer. Do you miss Kyogre in your life? Tell me about rotation life.
I miss Kyogre, but what I like more than Kyogre is the ability to prime capture a Pidgeot and use Lightning Rondo. My favorite Pokemon of all time is Ludicolo because my first game of all time was Pokemon X Gale of Darkness, where you fight Mirror B, who is a trainer who has like 4 Ludicolos, and he has like the sickest battle theme, and I just fell in love with Ludicolo from then. Favorite deck is going to be Blastoise Keldeo from the Plasma era. And favorite card of all time is going to be the Sledgehammer Buzzwole from Guardians Rising.
Dope. Well, good luck in the rest of the tournament, man. I'll see you in day 2, right?
Yeah, thank you. I'll see you,
Cheers.
bro.
Time for another quick interview before round number 2, since we have a lot of time to kill. I have not finished around that fast since like Pittsburgh, where I also played a Lugia to get a lunch break. But now we have an interview with the one, the only, Matthew Wood, the Little Dark Fury. Matt, how you doing today after round 1?
Currently 1-0. Played against Lost Fox. Which is like, it's okay. We have a hand disruption because I'm playing Arctina today.
What?
I switched off Ancient Box last minute.
What happened?
I like the deck a lot, but like the Charizard matchup, bro, it's just not good. And like, I didn't feel like losing to Charizard today. Also, I just kind of felt like just shutting my brain off. That was like Arctina was gonna be my second pick regardless.
Yeah.
Those were like the 2 decks I was going back and forth on was Ancient Box and Arctina anyways. The TSS guys just sent me a list for Arctina, and it feels cracked.
So it's not the Arctina list from the Greater Toronto area with some shoes. No shoes?
No shoes. There are some like very interesting inclusions in this deck. The A spec is not Maxim Belt.
Oh, that's spicy. That is very spicy for an Arctina list.
Yeah.
Okay. How does it feel, you know, playing a deck where you haven't been practicing it for like weeks? You kind of like just switched last minute. Would you recommend this for other players? Like, what's this like for you?
For me, well, with Arctina, it's like a fairly easy deck to play. It's like kind of just, it's a shut your brain off type deck. You don't really have to do too much thinking. So I was like not that worried about it. Also, I like to play Arc decks, so I'm like pretty accustomed to like piloting them. Highly do not recommend switching decks last minute unless you actually know what you're doing, because it can lead to a disaster. I just want to make day 2 again. We'll see how it goes. Last time I played this deck at Milwaukee, I started off 3-0-1. Did not make day 2. I had a good start, but like it fizzled out. I want to try to do this deck justice and actually get a day 2 with it. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get in day 2. There's a lot of Charizard to play today. I know a lot of the big players are on Charizard. Kind of had like the inside info last night on like what's being played, what like secret broken tech cards are being used in certain decks today. Like I'm hearing rumors of like Lost Zone Tina starting to play 2 TM Devos and stuff. So the spice is out there.
Technology.
Yeah.
I know your favorite Pokemon is Hydreigon. What's your favorite starter Pokemon of all time? I don't know what starter Pokemon you like.
Infernape maybe? Feraligatr or Infernape, yeah, those probably would be my 2 favorite. Feraligatr, I have a lot of memories using that in the Heart Gold Steel Silver games, like
Yeah.
it's literally the best starter because it learns Ice Fang, and then Infernape is just like it's literally the best Pokemon you can use in the Diamond and Pearl games. So.
There was like a lack of fire Pokemon too.
Yeah, it was literally just Rapidash and Infernape.
Yeah.
But even in Pokemon Platinum, Infernape is still the best Pokemon to use because fighting fire is like ridiculously good.
I know Infernape's getting a new card next set. You think you'll build anything with that?
Probably, yeah. It's a fun little meme. I'll definitely try it out.
Round number 2 is going to start in a couple of minutes, but a quick interview with the homie Pozos, a player who's here for his first regional. First regional, yo. So what deck are you playing today?
Oh, we're playing Future Box today.
You were just telling me a second ago, you got back into the hobby because of what?
It's about you, man.
Hey, let's go.
Bro, I saw you and I was just like, man, this guy inspired me to get back into the game, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Let's
For real.
go. Goals for your first regional?
Oh, try to get to second day.
Day 2?
Yeah,
Day
day
2.
two.
Dope. Well, good luck in the tournament, man. Good
Thanks,
luck.
man. Have a good day.
Round number 2 is done, and we played against another Lugia V-Star player. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. We did the turn 1 donk, and then on the game 2, we did like a 2-turn donk essentially. Arvin for Prime Catcher to kill the Lugia V-Star on the bench. I really can't ask for anything more. We're running super hot. We're not only are we like winning games, but we're winning games so fast. I literally don't know what to do. Like, I'm just gonna look for like random homies to interview because we have so much time to kill. We have 40 minutes to hang out. I was kind of like scared going into game 2 because our match 1 that I played was so quick. I'm like, am I warmed up enough? Like, is my brain gonna be operating at full capacity? And sure enough, you don't have to have a full capacity brain to pop off with Miraidon. I'll tell you that much. The deck feels amazing. I'm so happy I'm playing Miraidon today. After our game, my opponent was like, I hope you hit Charizard. And I'm like, honestly, I would hope the same for my opponent too. Oh my gosh. So I'm sure it's just a matter of time before I bump into a Charizard, you know, after hitting 2 Lugias in a row. If we can hit a 3rd Lugia in a row, I'll be more than happy with that. Everyone's still playing. We're gonna go hunt around, look for some friends to interview, and yeah, see what the community has to say. We got Marco. No, Gavin. We got Gavin and you're Marco. We got Gavin and Marco to interview. So Gavin, tell me about your tournament run. What deck you playing? How's it going?
Currently 1-0.
Okay.
I'm playing Ancient Box.
Yep.
I just beat Zard.
What landed you on Ancient Box for today's tournament?
I have an invite, so I kind of wanted to like test around some decks.
Marco, what are you playing?
0-1. I'm playing a Lost Box Super. Lost to Guillotine of V-Star. Turn 3 of turns.
Yeah.
Carb Fade, 3 cards in deck. 66% chance of getting the card I need for game. With the energy off Sableye. They won on turn 3 of turns. I need to go 5-2-1 today, so can afford another loss.
Okay,
maybe
okay.
5-3. Maybe I'll check back, see how I do.
Yeah.
When I win my next 7.
Yeah, sounds good, bro. All right, good luck. Take it easy. More minutes to kill before the next round, so let's check in with one of our local heroes, Daniel Rao. Daniel, tell me about your tournament so far and what deck you're playing today.
I'm on Zard. I know, kind of boring, but yeah, it's pretty good. Playing a little bit of a different build. I'm playing, it's kind of close to towards Zard, but I have the Lecky package in there, so it's like airy. Penny helps the control matchup.
What's your ace spec of choice for today?
I'm playing Prime Catcher. I was on Cape for a long time, but Prime Catcher's just so strong.
Did the homie Paul give you a rundown of a lot of the matchups?
Yeah, he's on Cape still though.
Yeah. So I know you were a big Rapid Strike fan. How has rotation affected your life and just your Pokemon in general?
Yo, if I could play Rapid Strike this tournament, I'd win the whole tournament. It'd be the best deck ever. I find Rapid Strike kind of fell off towards the end anyways, because like Moon was really bad matchup, Mew became more popular, so it was like not the best play. Missing Mew is like really strange. Like just a format without Mews. I still feel weird about it because it was legal and playable. Extremely playable the entire time it was legal.
There was never a bad format for
No,
Mew.
it was just
That's
always
disgusting.
good.
Yeah.
They printed hard counters, didn't care. So that was interesting for sure. But otherwise, I think what's interesting about this rotation is it feels like most of the decks from before were most of the decks now. Like not a lot of innovation happened. It was kind of just rebuilding the same archetypes.
So for today's tournament, you're on Zard. What are your goals for today's or for the regional this weekend?
I mean, day 2 is usual because I'm actually a little bummed. The last couple events I've been whiffing day 2s, like 5XX finishes. I think something like 128, obviously better, but just 128 is like a nice point to line me up for my invite at NAIC with minimal effort.
Yeah.
I'm at 475 right now.
Oh wow. That's
Trying to ice it out that like it's gonna come down to NAIC almost for sure, but I'm trying to make it so I only need like 50, 60 points and I can get like a pretty clean tournament run. Even if I whiff day 2 NAIC, I get it.
Hey, we got a couple double cup weekends in Toronto as well, so maybe you can clutch up in those, put some less stress on your NAIC
Yeah, I
run.
hope so.
You just told me some fantastic news. Actually, I don't know if it's fantastic, but Miraidon just won the not a City League, but a
Champions League in
yes,
Japan. I was told that. And,
Are you?
I was very surprised.
Are you wanting to take Miraidon classes from your boy right here, maybe?
No,
in the future?
I might have to. SneakerTalk Metafly.
Good luck in the rest of the tournament, man. I'll see you around, hopefully for the day 2. We got some more time to kill, so let's check in with Thomas, a subscriber, and see how his tournament run is doing. So Thomas, what deck are you playing and where are you from?
I'm playing Ancient Box right now. I'm actually from Indiana. I'm from Northwest Indiana. 1-1, it's not too bad. Game 1, I played against Shanpao, but unfortunately both games I opened, the only basic was Radiant Greninja. So we kind of got rough with that one. Game 2, I kind of opened the nuts and I just popped off. I had everything set up, so that's one of those games where there's just no losing that, and it was just good. So I'm having a good tournament run.
Yeah.
So
What landed you on Ancient Box for your tournament this weekend?
I've been playtesting a lot of decks, and a lot of them I just didn't like the Charizard matchup into, and I also didn't like the Shanpao matchup.
Yeah.
And Ancient Box for me just kind of actually plays really well in the Shanpao if I don't open 2 Radiant Greninja. I've actually been playing for about 2 years now.
2 years, okay.
So this is my first regional, so I'm actually really excited. I'd like to try to make day 2, but I think I'm just gonna go for the best record that I can, and I'll walk away from it happy no matter what. So I can't complain about it.
That's what's up, and at least you didn't pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to be here either, so that always feels good.
Yeah.
Well, good luck in the rest of the tournament. We have some time to kill before the next round of the tournament, round number 3, so let's check in with the subscriber Antonio and see how his tournament run is doing. So Antonio, what deck are you playing and where are you from?
I gotta rock the Charizard like everyone else. It's about maybe 20-30% of the meta, so I gotta just add on to it.
What kind of version of Charizard are you playing today? Was it like Ace Spec and any tech cards in
I'm
particular?
actually doing the Hero Cape Zard, just the Pidgey with the Barrel, typical, nothing too crazy, just a standard list.
You got the Mist Energy in there as well? Okay,
Mist
so it's like
Energy.
more of a defensive kind of build.
Yep.
How long have you been playing Pokemon for?
Since Fusion Strike, so about 2 years, I picked up Mew VMAX. Dropped Mew VMAX when Zard came out. Just gotta keep up with the meta.
Dragapult next set maybe, if it is the best deck in format, you ready?
I am super interested in Dragapult. It's been popping off in Japan. I'm also gonna be kind of nasty, do the Quad Thorns,
Oh, Iron Thorns?
Yeah.
Oh,
Quad
let's
Iron
go.
Thorns,
Yes, sir. I'm excited for that. Goals for this weekend here?
Try to make day 2, but I'm 0-2 already, so
man, you gotta
just
win
gotta
out.
stick it out, just play it. Shout out everyone in Fargo for Paradox, J-Dubs, everyone that came out with me, my family, my kid, my boy's out playing in the junior league, so good luck to him. And just everyone that's out here, good luck to everyone.
So I was walking around the table since I had a lot of time to kind of scout out the competition, and there are so many Charizards. It is very, very scary. I think it's like a 20 to 30% meta share of Charizards. That's the rumor, that's what I've been hearing. Everywhere I look, there's lots of Charizards, but there's surprisingly a lot of Lugia too. So I'm hoping we can maybe keep hitting Lugias until we bump into a Charizard. But yeah, I'm excited to just be here. I'm so happy I'm playing my favorite deck. Also, we have a special guest today. I forgot him for Orlando, but we brought Misty Squirtle. So Misty is here in spirit with us today. If we do end up playing on stream, I'm bringing out Squirtle onto the table, and also I have one of Squirtle's friends right here. We have Shibuya Pikachu. I have some more good news. For those of you guys who don't know, my dog Misty, she recently passed away last month, a couple days before the Vancouver Regionals, and we're gonna be getting another dog, another puppy, later in June. So I'm very, very excited. We're getting another Springer Spaniel, and we're getting it from like the same breeder as well. So potentially, I believe, have some bloodlines tied to Misty, and we're trying to figure out the dog name. So for the comment question of the day, I'd love to know if you guys have any pets, and also if you guys have any pet names for our future Springer Spaniel. We're trying to go for a name that doesn't start with the letter M because we don't want it to, you know, sound too close to Misty. My mom really mixes up names a lot. Like my mom mixes my name and my sister's name up like so much. So we're looking for some more names for our future dog this summer, and you guys are gonna get to see our new puppy grow up on the channel. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, wanted to share some happy news with you guys. And round 3 is gonna be starting in maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna hang out, relax. It's always fun interviewing a lot of you guys here at the tournament. So yeah, we're gonna take some time to relax, reset the mental, and lock in for the next round. That sounds so cheesy. We're gonna lock in. But yeah, we're gonna lock in. Round number 3 just wrapped up, so we're gonna give you guys my post-match interview in just a second with myself, but we have an actual post-match interview with the homie Paul, who has been dominating all season with Charizard. So Paul, fill me in on today's tournament and how's it going so far?
It's going pretty good so far. I'm 3-0 on the day. Deck works. It's I don't like playing these tech cards of like Airy, Devo, Alecki. I know that as in these big tournaments, you're always gonna hit random stuff, you know. Yeah. So I was always just trying to prep for like being the most consistent list that I can just play the game all the time. And that's what I love about Zard is just consistency. So far it's worked out. I haven't really break that much.
And you said you're trying to qualify for Worlds this year with only Charizard?
Yes,
That's the goal. I know Dragapult is really cooking up a storm in Japan right now. It might be scary for Charizard. Any thoughts on Dragapult coming out soon?
I might have to be playing Dragapult for NAIC, depending if it's too broken. But I'll think of a game plan. Either we have the 70 HP Charmander, so it's not a horrible. It's not terrible, but obviously it's a really scary matchup.
Quick match recap for round number 3. We actually played against a fellow YouTuber, Spoon Squad TCG. He is a big believer of Alakazam. You can tell by the profile picture on his account, so feel free to check out his channel if you want. And I actually have an Alakazam EX deck list on my channel too, so I think that's pretty cool. He was playing Gardevoir EX, and they had in game 1 the Flutter Mane in the active, which turned off my main Miraidon, but luckily I had Ultra Ball in hand to grab another Miraidon, set up from there, and then hit him with Judge. And Judge bricked him pretty much all game. Was popping off. The generators were cooking a little bit, but the generators didn't have to hit too much. We just went knockout after knockout after knockout. Eventually, he brought out the Mimikyu technology, which is a little scary for the deck. But I had Mew EX in my deck, so Mew EX cleaned up the Mimikyu, no problem at all. And on to game number 2, kind of like a deja vu of game number 1. He went first once again. I started off with an early game knockout with Raikou, I believe. And then I even brought out Iron Hands at some point. I did have to be very mindful about the Mimikyu going into game 2 because I didn't want to just like instant lose if he brings out the Mimikyu. Unfortunately, I prized my Mew EX for the and I got it after my like 3rd or 4th prize card. And yeah, we just played it really well, played it all of our outs, and we won it. Game 2 was much closer than game number 1, but we ran with it 2-0 for that particular match. So we're starting off the tournament right now. 3 wins, 0 losses, 0 ties. Let's see if we can keep this win streak alive and maybe end up on stream. I think they start getting people on stream for round number 4, and I'm really hoping that we can get on stream with Miraidon. So we'll see what goes down.
I'm hearing all of what you say to me, but I'll think it over. It's a little bit hard to breathe, to breathe, to breathe.
Round number 4 just wrapped up, and unfortunately, I did lose the match. We played against Gardevoir EX. We played against Chris at table 4. We had a very close match. It was just super close the entire game. Longest game for both of us all day. And then as soon as I lost the match, I got mobbed by like a wave of subscribers. We had like 10 different people pull up, and then we did like a little meet and greet autograph kind of thingy. It was pretty fun, just like a couple minutes away from the table. So it definitely was nice to, you know, lift your spirits after a loss. Game number 1 was pretty sketchy. They ended up taking it. I started Raikou, and I couldn't even fleet-footed. They had like Klefki or Flutter Mane or whatever in the active. So I had a rough game 1. Game number 2, I ended up doing Ampy very much all game, which was fantastic. And then game number 3 was down to the wire. I definitely made some questionable plays. Oh yeah, in game 1, I played 3 generators. All of them did not hit. And then game 2, all my generators were like cooking. So it was just a matter of time for those to balance out. I think round 4 is going to start soon. So we're going to put the camera away and get back into this. Round 4, or round 5. Round 5, here we go. Round number 5 just wrapped up, and I think we played against the most interesting and spicy deck of the day. It was a matter of time before I hit it. We hit Charizard EX, but not just any Charizard EX. It wasn't Charizard EX Pidgeot. It wasn't Charizard EX the Barrel. This was Charizard EX Palkia V-Star. I was super excited when they flipped over the Palkia. I was like, oh sick, we're gonna be able to swing for weakness all game long. But then, yeah, I forgot to mention, in the mulligan, I saw I saw Charmeleon and an Irida in their opening mulligan. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? So my man cooked up some very spicy Charizard. I want to see him make day 2. We had a very, very close set game 1. I made some critical misplays, and it really just cost me the game where I was attaching energies, and I got punished for it. I got super, super punished for it. Came down to the wire. I was off by 1 energy for my Iron Hands, and I had a turn, my second last turn of the game, where I thought I was going to attack with Regieleki, so I started my turn off by like attaching to the Regieleki, but I was like, you know what, maybe I have to go for this like other play, a stall play. So instead I bossed a different card up, it didn't attack, and then sure enough, yeah, I needed that energy. I put on the Regieleki on the Iron Hand, so we lost game 1. Game number 2 was looking way nicer for me. They started off with a Charmander in the active and a Bidoof, and I went for the more aggressive play, which was definitely the incorrect play. I should have just gone and chased down their lone Bibarel, but I KO'd the Charmander instead, and so their Bibarel was able to evolve on their next turn, and they really got to set up and play a game a lot more. My opponent didn't play like, it wasn't incredibly slow pace, but it was like teetering on it, so I didn't do a judge call for slow play or anything like that, but I was definitely compensating my play speed to play extra fast to try and make up for it, and it bit me in the butt. So maybe I just play slower and methodical, because game 1, like, if I did not make that misplay, if I wasn't rushing, I don't get punished as hard. But yeah, game 2, I made that bad decision at the start, and it set the chain of events that didn't really work out for me. Near the end of the game, I decided to start attaching my Cypher Maniac generator that guaranteed a hit onto my my Regieleki, thinking that it could tank the next attack no problem with Charizard. So you reduce the damage by 100, but if you're reducing 300 damage by 100, you're still hitting the perfect 200 on the Regieleki. So that was painful. And I should have put it on.
Your parents are online for round 6.
3 wins, 2 losses. We have to win out the rest of the day. We can afford 1 tie. But if we get any more losses, we're not making day 2. So hopefully we can finish strong and see how these next 4 rounds go. Oh man, it's gonna be a grind. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, by the end game I went for this boss stall play, which almost worked out, but they Cypher Maniac'd and they put a Rare Candy Charizard on top of their deck. They Greninja'd into it, and then they used the 2 energies from Charizard's ability and flopped it onto the Bibarel, so they got the retreat off. Now it's painful way to lose it and close that out. But yeah, all right, round 6, where's our table? 279. These are gonna be some high tension games going forward. Round number 6 just wrapped up, and we played against Roaring Moon, the Dunsparce. This is the deck that is actually a little scary for me. If I'm not able to set up my like Regielekis and evolve into Regieleki VMAX, my Iron Hands isn't as threatening, and also I really enjoy Fang Sniping for knockouts and deleting trainers. If you can't do that, you can't do that. And game 1 was pretty close. We had a solid back and forth. But game 2, oh my gosh. Game 2, I popped off. It was beautiful. They did like 90 damage all game. So yeah, we got the dub. We're now 4-2. We gotta win 2 more and then tie the last one maybe. So whew, the day 2 dream is still alive. I could tell my opponent was like really, really upset after the game because he didn't get to play. I kept Fang Sniping him and knocking out his Pokemon and playing perfect Pokemon, so very happy with how things went down. My turn 1 was disgusting, my turn 2 was disgusting. Yeah, thank you. So, hyped. We're very happy after that one. Oh my god. After losing 2 games back to back, if I were to lose a 3rd game in a row, I would be so devastated. So, I'm so hyped. We're gonna get outside, get some fresh air. Oh, I feel so much relief off my chest after winning that one. I need a washroom break. I had to pee that whole game. Oh my gosh, that was an emergency. Quick interview before the next round. We'll have him introduce himself and let us know what deck you're playing as well.
Hi, Jake Abrams. I'm playing Lugia 501. Won my last matchup against the Lugia Giratina. No, I'm sorry. Arceus Giratina. I'm sorry. And won in game 3 in turns. Got the boss for a win. It was a very close set all day long. It's just been crazy, but feeling pretty good at 501. Hoping to get one more dub, and then go on from there. And hopefully it's not like so stressful like last time when I played you on stream. So this deck's a little easier to play than Lost Box.
Can you let the people know about your podcast?
Yeah, we do a podcast, Pittsburgh Pokemon Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, on Spotify, all that fun stuff. Me and my best friends just talk about Pokemon, our journey from being newbie players all the way up to where we are now, and just kind of the journey of a Pokemon TCG player trying to help the community get better in any way we can, and that's basically what we do.
So I'll leave a link down below, and then one last question, or last two questions. What's your favorite Pokemon of all time? Dragapult? Oh, so now I have another question. Yeah, how excited are you for Dragapult EX?
Oh, it's going to be great.
Good luck in the rest of the rounds. Hopefully we'll see you in day 2.
You as well.
Round 7 just wrapped up. It is do or die time. We played against Lugia V-Star. Finally, another Lugia. We saw 2 earlier in today. This was the 3rd one. When they flipped over all the cards that indicated Lugia, and I saw the mulligans, it was Lugia, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is going to be so free. And yeah. Game 1, fantastic, popped off. We go 2-2-2, knock out 3 Lugias in a row. It was absolutely beautiful. Game 2 goes down. They chose to go first. We go second, we get set up. We have a absolutely busted hand. We have cards like Prime Catcher in already. We started with Squawkabilly. We had Arvin as well. Steelstone, like I had a dream hand. Absolute dream hand against Lugia. They left Snorlax in the active. I did the Prime Catcher play into the Lugia V. Full bench and everything. We got the knockout ready. I did everything I thought I needed to do. And I was so excited that I was able to knock out their Lugia V. I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna pop off again and do this again. And then I forgot to Squawk and Seize. I attacked, and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to Squawk and Seize. Bruh. And after that, I was like, oh god, I deserve to lose now. I absolutely deserve to lose. And that's what happened. I proceeded to lose after another like 10-15 minutes. I kept it as close as I could, but I really needed to Squawk that turn to help expedite my turns and the furthering turns, and painful. Game 3 goes down, I lost, chose to go second. Honestly, maybe would want to have gone to first, and I could just like guarantee I can set up like a nice start with like Ampy very much. I'll guarantee I KO the Lugia V-Star turn 2. Man, that is miserable. That is miserable. Lugia is like by far one of the best matchups for Miraidon. I mean, we donked 2 earlier today, and it's like an 80-20. It's like an 80-20 for Miraidon, and I messed it up. I messed it up playing too fast. And it was just like the other game where I was playing too fast and I make misplays. So I just gotta slow it down, and let that be a lesson for you guys too. Even when it comes to those really great matchups that you might have, if you misplay, you're not having a great matchup all of a sudden sometimes, and it just you get punished for it. I was hoping I wouldn't get punished for it. My opponent was like, oh man, he has all this, and he's like, he thought he was just gonna scoop and pack it up, but after I forgot to Squawk and Seize, I was just like, I was mentally defeated. So our hope for day 2 is officially over at this point. The most amount of match points we can get, even if we win these next 2 rounds, would put me at 18 match points, which would be 5-3. So now we're just playing for points. Now we're trying to get maybe 20 championship points, I believe, for top 512. I think that's what we're trying to do. We're at like 379 champ points right now. If we can get top 512, maybe 20 points, that puts us, yo, what's up, Mark? And that would maybe put us at like 400, and we just really need to pop off at NEIC. But yeah, that's just a tough loss. All right, I'm just gonna sit here and sulk and be sad and listen to music and try and cheer myself up. That was a loss that should not have happened. I feel so stupid after that one. Oh my goodness. I was so overly confident too going into it when after I won the first game, and I was like, oh my god, we're gonna another Lugia. We're gonna dunk him again, and yeah. Yeah. 2 more rounds left to go. I'm mentally in pain right now. Round number 8 is upon us pretty soon, but we have a fellow player, subscriber as well, who is in the same painful mode I'm in right now. John, I know you just got donked, but tell me about the deck you chose today and how your regional weekend's going so far.
The regional weekend's been a blast. I chose to play Arceus Control. So this is my second regional. Yeah. My first regional, I bit off more I could chew with the Pidgeot Control.
Oh, that's a big deck.
Yeah. And if anyone's thinking about playing that for their first big event, I don't suggest it. When I played Orlando, Arceus decks were like just destroying me, and I was like, well, that seems fun. And not having to worry about resources, really. Yeah. So that was the big thing. And then Sharon's Care is just a crazy card that I was just like,
we were talking about Sharon's Care. It is busted. It is such a good card.
Yeah.
So it was like you can't beat him, you join him. You got your Team Arceus now. Yeah. Did you play Arceus with any other like Pokemon before this kind of control version, or?
No, this was the first one, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Interesting. Going into the rest of the season, I know the new set's coming out. Is there any decks that pique your interest from the new set?
Everyone's talking about Dragon Pult right now, so that I'll at least look at that. But the really ones that are cool for me are Blissey EX.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one sounds really cool. And Iron Thorn.
Round 8 about to go down right now. We're at table 339, and we're playing one of our homies from locals. We got the co-host of the Experience Share podcast, Mark Dizzen. Yo. So I beat him most recently at a league challenge with Miraidon. He was playing Charizard, so I'm hoping for a repeat of that. And I ended up winning that challenge. So yeah, I gotta take what I learned from that matchup, and hopefully we can pop off and close out these next 2 wins. But yeah, we'll see if Mark has anything to say. Yo, take care, bro. Good luck. The Joe from the Experience Share podcast, one of my favorite podcasts. I'll leave a link down below. We got Mark. Mark, I'm not going to ask you what deck you're playing. I'm just going to assume it's probably Charizard once again. But yeah.
Charizard is the best deck in the format.
So you just got knocked out of day 2 contention as well?
I did.
Are we both in our fields right now?
Yeah, but, there's still a lot of Pokemon to be played.
Exactly. Hopefully we have a fun one. Good luck.
You too.
Round number 8 just wrapped up. We went into overtime against Mark. A super close set. So we're going to do that recap in just a second. But we have a quick interview with Alex, a repeat interview as well. He was in San Antonio, so if you saw the San Antonio regional vlog, check it out if you haven't. But Alex has been running hot today, so let's check in with him and see how he's doing. Alex, what deck are you playing, and how's your run so far?
Hi everybody, I'm playing Lost Zone Giratina today. It's my first time playing it in person.
Ooh.
Played a lot of it online, practiced it a lot. I started at 01, I lost to Iron Hands, and then since then I kind of been like climbing back and forth. Played 3 Charizards.
How's your Charizard matchups today?
I tied 1 and won 2.
Nice.
And then I played against Great Tusk. I lost that. Beat a Meowscarada.
Yeah.
And then trying to think of what else. I beat a Lost Zone Tina Mir.
Okay.
And then I beat Sablezard.
Nice.
So yeah, 5-2-1.
5-2-1. So that means you just need to win one more game, and you're locked in for day 2.
Yep.
Would this be your first day 2 if you make it? No,
this will be my second.
Second. Where's your other day 2 at?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Same as yours.
Oh, sick. Nice. Yeah, that was my only day 2 last season. Well, hopefully you get there. What landed you on Lost Giratina for this weekend? How did you go about choosing your deck?
Well, I got home from Orlando. I played Turbo Hands in Orlando. I went 4-5.
Okay.
And then so I was like, well, I want to play something else. And my buddy Tyler Perry, shout out to him. He got 5 day 2s with Lost Zone Tina this season.
So did he help you like get accustomed to the matchups and stuff like that?
Kinda, and he kinda just kept telling me to play it.
Yep.
And so I was like, okay.
Hey.
And so that plus going on, I got back home from Orlando, I got on TCG Live and got the Arc tier with it.
Yeah.
So I was like.
So you've been grinding with Tina. Okay, I love to see that.
I've been grinding online a lot with it.
Round number 8 just wrapped up. We played against the homie Mark from Toronto. I see him pretty often every now and then at cups and challenges. I'll see him at Banana Games pretty frequently. And yeah, he was playing Lost Giratina, which is I want to say a favored matchup for me now, due to Path to the Peak being gone. That was like just the big kryptonite I always had to deal with. Like Path Rock Sand was always really bad, and then Super Ninjas sniping my Flappies and stuff could always be pretty bad, but we don't have Flappies to worry about getting sniped. We don't have Path to Peak to worry about my abilities getting locked. We played an insanely close set. It went to full overtime, and game number 1, he surprised me. He brought out the sauce. He brought out a Raikou V out of nowhere, and I even had Bravery Charm in my hand, and I was like debating, like, where do I put this Bravery Charm? Do I put it on Miraidon? Do I put it on anything? And usually, Bravery Charm's a pretty like useless card in the Giratina matchup. if you're not like gonna put it on a Squawk or a Mew to prevent like Greninja pinging it twice. So I just decided to hold the Bravery Charm in my hand. Then he went like Nest Ball, Mirage Gate, and then his Raikou was all of a sudden there, which I was not expecting at all. And then he swung into my Miraidon and cooked it. I ended up losing game number 1. Game number 2 was completely different. I went second because I won the, well, I lost the game. And then I believe they started like, it was like Greninja, Giratina, or just Giratina on the bench. I don't know. Most of my focus was on game 3 now that I can't really think about game number 2. I was able to pull off like big Photon Blaster attacks on the Giratina Vs, so that was always huge. And I also did amp you very much as well at some points. Yeah, I had the option between like Photon Blaster or Iron Hands amp you very much. Both attackers fully loaded up, ready to go, to do whatever I want. It was really good. It was really nasty. So game 2, I locked it in and ran away with it. I don't think he took a single prize, which I was very happy about. Game number 3 though was much closer. It came down to the wire, full overtime. He started, it was like, I believe Greninja in the active and then Tina on the bench. My hand was explosive, it was huge. I've been getting these huge explosive hands all day long. We ended up doing a Prime Catcher play into his Giratina V. I didn't even have to use my Forest Seal Stone. We Photon Blasted him, and we kind of ran away with it from there. I ended up using Eerie to discard a Mirage Gate and a Lost Vacuum from his hand. I really wanted to hit like a Prime Catcher because I knew he had a Prime Catcher earlier. And it came down to the wire where my Raikou swung for 210 damage onto his Giratina V-Star, and I had Mew EX on the bench with a DTE on it. So my final play of the game was after he whiffed, being able to get Counter Catcher or Prime Catcher to try and KO my Mew EX. He attacked with Raikou into Miraidon, and then I promote my Mew EX, attached for turn, and then I boss his Radiant Greninja. I swing Moonlight Shuriken, 70 onto Giratina V-Star, 70 onto Comfy for 3 prizes. We close it out. So we won it, very happy about that. And now we have 1 match left remaining. We're 5-3 right now, 5 wins, 3 losses. If we win this next one, we're gonna be 6-3, 18 match points. We should be able to clinch some champ points by the end of this. But it looks like people are getting to their seats right now. Round 9 is about to start. One final interview before we get into round number 9. We have Professor Denryu, a judge who also is a huge fan of Ampharos, and I met them in San Antonio. So I have to ask you about your love for Ampharos. Why is it one of your favorite Pokemon?
Technicality, Mareep's my favorite.
Mareep,
It's
okay.
a cute sheep, and it just gets better because it basically becomes a Dragon League. Honestly, keeping the players having fun and seeing that they are having fun and enjoying the game and what it truly is. Honestly, I do like judging a lot more just because I get to, it gives me that little mixture of working with other people, seeing different interactions of cards and everything, and kind of getting that better knowledge. Oh yeah, there are some that definitely do that. I mean, when Iono was announced, Judge also being alongside it, people are gonna keep getting those mixed up.
Are there any like particular judge calls that you see most frequently? Like, is there anything that just sticks out to you as a most common judge asked question?
Drawing extra cards.
Yeah.
Drawing too many off of Iono. Better just to lay them flat and count them.
What would you recommend players do when they have to make a judge call? What's that interaction like for the player? Like,
Be as clear and precise about what the issue at hand is, especially if you're the one pointing it out. Make sure you're very loud when calling for a judge, raising your hand. Keep that hand up as high as possible so they know where you're at. Be clear about saying what you got to say, and then once that is, the judges know what they're supposed to do. Their call is there, but there is the whole line of elevation and everything.
You can appeal if you need to.
You can
all that
appeal
stuff,
it if you need to, and all that stuff. If you don't feel 100% sure. Shout out to my locals at Grand Slam. Local to anybody in the Charlotte area. If you're ever in the area, check us out. Come see at Grand Slam in Rock Hill.
Round 9 just wrapped up. We played against Jason Birch. He was playing a Roaring Moon like EX Turbo deck, and it was a really cool deck. He had some funky techs in there like Grass Energies along with some Iron Leaves as well for the Zard matchup. Heavy Pokegear count and Palpad as well, so synergizes really well with Pokestop. I'll just cut to the chase right here. I got 2-0'd. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Honestly, it was pretty competitive. When I thought I was like really popping off and starting to take control of the game again in the game 2, he went just like Nest Ball, Roaring Moon. There's another one there all of a sudden. He goes like Sada, Dark Patch, Dark Patch. I was like, what? Out of nothing? Is this like, is this a Lost Zone Roaring Moon? He magically made it appear and then boom. Got punished heavily for not having Zapdos in my deck. Each time I was able to like do a turn one attack with like Miraidon or Raikou for like big damage, I'd be short like a little bit of damage, right? Because you can't swing for that 230 without Zapdos. And so I took out the Zapdos because I haven't been seeing much Roaring Moon at all, which it made sense for a lot of cases. But in this case, I just get punished because I'm playing against pretty much Roaring Moon EX's only attackers time after time. So congrats to Jason on the win. That makes our final record for the tournament 5 wins and 4 losses. I'm not sure about the exact placement that we got, so I'll have it on screen right now when we figure it out. I'm also going to show you guys my deck right now too, so if you guys want to see the Miraidon pile I played, it ran pretty much like phenomenally. The deck feels amazing. I'm very happy I played Miraidon. 0 regrets. Our next major event is going to be at the North American International Championships, so if you want to subscribe and stay tuned for that vlog. We are giving away the playmat and the promo. Hitting that like button down below and commenting what deck you like to play the most. Not what deck you win with the most or lose with the most or think is a great meta call. What is your favorite deck to play? And it can be about pre-rotation as well. If you guys want to see the full breakdown of this list, I'll have a pop-up card on screen. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.